Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 2 of February 2023. Essence. Sweet children, God's directions are the most elevated directions, and by following them, you become real gold. All other directions make you false. Question: what part is recorded in the One Father, the ocean of knowledge? A part that is not in any human soul. Answer: Baba says, the part that I, this soul, have recorded in me is of looking after the devotees and of giving happiness to everyone. I, the Father, the ocean of knowledge, shower imperishable knowledge on everyone. No one can put a value on these jewels of knowledge. I, the Liberator, become the spiritual guide and take you souls back to the land of peace. All of this is my part. I don't cause sorrow for anyone, and this is why everyone places me on their eyes. Ravan, your enemy, causes sorrow, and this is why people burn effigies of him. Song: the shower of knowledge is for those who are with the Beloved. Om Shanti. The Father has explained the meaning of Om to you children. Om means I, the soul. That's all. The meaning is so short. It isn't I am God. If you ask Pandits what the meaning of Om is, they would give a long, complicated meaning, and they wouldn't even give you an accurate meaning. Accurate and inaccurate, true and untrue. Only the One Father is the truth. However, at this time, it is the kingdom of falsehood. The kingdom of Rama is called the kingdom of truth. The kingdom of Ravan is called the kingdom of falsehood. Everything they tell you is inaccurate. The Father is the truth. Everything He tells you is truthful and makes you into real gold. Then Maya makes you false. Because of the interference of Maya, whatever people say is false, and they are called devilish directions. The Father's directions are God's directions. Those who follow devilish directions would only tell lies. There are innumerable devilish directions. There are also innumerable gurus. Their directions would not be called Srimad. Only the directions of God are Srimad. You children now understand that you are becoming elevated by following Srimad. The most elevated of all is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who also resides in the most elevated place of all. All devotees remember Him. Devotees remember Srimad and so they must definitely be following devilish directions. You are now becoming elevated by following Srimad. So there is no need to remember God there. Deities don't have any sorrow that they would have to remember God. Devotees have limitless sorrow. Now mountains of sorrow are yet to fall. The Great War is a mountain of sorrow for human beings, whereas it is a mountain of happiness for you children. After sorrow, there will definitely be happiness. After this destruction, there will be your kingdom. Innumerable religions will be destroyed, and the religion that has now disappeared will be established. It means that the gates of heaven will open through this great war. Who will pass through these gates? Those who study Raja Yoga. It is the Father who is teaching you. This hour of knowledge is for those who are with the Beloved. The Father is called the Beloved. Those showers emerge from ocean of water. This is the shower of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. There is the shower of the imperishable jewels of knowledge for those who are with the Beloved, the ocean of knowledge. You imbibe these imperishable jewels of knowledge with the appearance of your intellects. Education is imbibed by the intellect. Souls have minds and intellects, and so it is as though souls imbibe everything. Just as a soul has a body, in the same way, a soul has a mind and an intellect. He imbibes with the intellect. He can only imbibe this when there is yoga. The Father sits here and explains very easy things. Human beings have related many difficult things. There are many opinions in the scriptures. The knowledge of the Gita has spread everywhere. Many people extract meanings from it. They have created so many different Gitas. There are no other scriptures of which they would say, the scripture of so and so, the Vedas of so and so. For the Gita, they say the Gandhi Gita, the Tagore Gita, the Gyaneswar Gita, the Astavakra Gita, etc. They have given many titles to the Gita. You would never hear so many titles for the Vedas or other scriptures. However, people don't understand anything at all. This knowledge disappears. So where do you receive the deity sovereignty from? Surely, it would be the one who establishes heaven, who gives it to you. The Father has now come to give you children the kingdom of heaven, and that too is for 21 births. It is remembered that a Kumari is one who uplifts 21 clans. Now, who is that Kumari? All of you are Kumars and Kumaris. By following Srimad or the Father's directions, you can enable anyone to attain the fortune of the kingdom for 21 births. Those who study in a Pathsala brackets place of study, know that they are students. People at other satsangs don't consider themselves to be students. Students have their aim and objective in their intellects. You are God's students. God speaks, I teach you Raj Yoga and change you from human beings into deities. There used to be the kingdom of deities. As were the king and queen, the deities, so were their subjects. They changed from ordinary humans into Narayan. This aim and objective is first. It isn't that he would create King Rama or Queen Sita. This is Raj Yoga, and so he would make you into kings of kings. I come every cycle once again to give you back the kingdom you lost. It wasn't a human being who snatched your kingdom away. It was Maya who snatched it away. And so you now have to conquer Maya. Those are wars between kings where they fight to conquer one another. It has now become the rule of people over people. There have been innumerable wars of limited kings, and they have taken limited kingdoms through those. However, with this power of yoga, you establish the kingdom of the world. This is called the non-violent war. This war doesn't mean that you kill or are killed, because this is the power of yoga. This is so easy. By having yoga with Baba, we become conquerors of sinful action. Maya cannot then attack us. They perform a play about Hatam Tai, where a bead is put in his mouth and Maya then disappears. Then when the bead is removed, Maya would come back. There is also a play of Allah Awaldin. When he knocked on something, heaven would emerge. That is heaven. Therefore, the Father sits here and establishes heaven through Brahma. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, would not establish hell. If it were like that, they would create his effigy. However, they make an effigy of Ravan because he is everyone's enemy. The Father who establishes heaven has to be placed on your eyes. The Father says, devotees, remember and call me to come and liberate them from sorrow. And that is why I come and liberate them. The Father is the liberator and also the spiritual guide. He takes you back to your land of peace. There is the shower of the imperishable jewels of knowledge on those who are with the Beloved. No value can be placed on the jewels of knowledge. Baba is the ocean of knowledge, and so that part is definitely recorded in that soul. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul himself says, there is also a part recorded in my soul. whom you call God, of looking after devotees and giving happiness to everyone. It is Maya who causes everyone's sorrow. It is also in my part to give devotees temporary happiness. I alone give them visions and give them divine intellects. This is called the third eye of knowledge, with which the Godrej locks on your intellects open. I too have a part. There is the shower of knowledge on those who are with the Father. Now, how could so many children remain with Him? If you continue to remember the Father, it means you are with Him. Some may be in London and others somewhere else, so there isn't His company physically. The Murli goes to them too. Those who are wise and sensible will understand everything very well in 1 week. I then make them into spinners of the discus of self-realization. You children have now understood the secret of 84 birds. By spinning this discus of self-realization, you cut off the head of Maya Ravan, that is, you conquer him. However, there is no question of cutting off anyone's head. People have then shown weapons for violence. In fact, your mouths are the conch shells. And to spin the discus is something for your intellects to do. So they have given many such ornaments on the path of devotion. All the same scriptures that continue on the path of devotion, according to the drama, will emerge. It is possible that when this true Gita falls into someone's hands, he will extract something from here and put it in the other one. However, all of that will be the same. Some of the words from here have been mentioned in that Gita. God speaks is correct. Raj Yoga is correct. The Father says, you now have to return home. Forget everything including your bodies. You will receive pure bodies in place of those. Souls too will be purified. You will also have a lot of wealth. You have a lot of greed for that. But that is called pure greed. The whole of Bharat becomes pure through that. The people of Bharat want there to be the kingdom of Rama, where there is one government, one nation, unity, and one undivided direction. Undivided means deities. The other is devilish directions. Everything apart from Srimad is a devilish direction. And they continue to fight and quarrel with one another because of it. Because of not being God's children, they have become orphans. In the golden age, the deities belong to the Lord and Master. There, even animals never fight. Here, everyone continues to fight and quarrel. In the golden age, everyone has unlimited happiness. You children know that you are now claiming your godly birthright from the Father. God is personally in front of you. He says, I come every cycle to establish heaven. I bring a wonderful gift for you children. The father says, my beloved, long lost and now found children, you have come and met me after 5,000 years. No one else can say this. Although they may call themselves Brahma, Vishnu or Shankar, none of them would know how to say these things. No one can copy Baba in this. The father says, my beloved, long lost and now found children, only you have come and met me again after 5,000 years. Many children will continue to come and meet me. It takes a lot of effort to establish a kingdom. There would be one king and queen, and then there will be their children. They will continue to grow in number. There will be so many princes and princesses. There must be at least 1 or 200,000, and there would be 4 or 5 million subjects. So the destination is very high. This is the Father's college, and so you should make such good effort. The Father tells you to become kings of kings, not subjects. Those who became this in the previous cycle will become this again. We will watch as detached observers and see what inheritance each one will claim. Some will understand this very well. The Father is most beloved. Needles are pulled by a magnet. Some are more rusty than others. Those who are close will come and meet Baba very closely. A clean needle will quickly be pulled. The Father removes the rust from you souls and makes you sparkle in such a way that you can then live with Him there. You are to be threaded in the rosary of Rudra. This is remembered, but no one knows whose rosary is created. The Father says those who are part of my rosary will become the masters of heaven. You have also understood the rosary of devotees. That is the rosary of Ravan. Who comes in the rosary of Ravan first? Who becomes a worshipper from being worthy of worship? Those who were worthy of worship deities then become worshippers. These are such deep matters and have to be understood. You are philanthropist. You sacrifice everything, including your bodies, to Baba. Sannyasis do not become philanthropists. They renounce their homes and families and go away into the forest. You surrender everything to God, everything for God the Father. The Father then says, everything of mine is for you children. When someone dies, all his belongings are given to a Karni Gaur (special Brahmin priest). The Father says, I too am Karni Gaur. Everything you have is like an old straw, and you donate all of that. You surrender yourselves to the Father. It is then used for you anyway. Baba doesn't build any buildings for himself. Shiv Baba is the bestower. He gives you the kingdom of the whole of heaven, and this is why he is also called the businessman. These are such sweet things. The examinations are now going to end. Baba, when will the examinations finally end? Baba says when you are about to die and the knowledge comes to an end. Destruction will begin and you will then have a golden spoon in the mouth. You will take birth and receive a spoon. Here, people study for 30 or 40 years. And so they receive the fruit of that here. Your fruit is in the future. You will become princess in the future births you receive. Therefore, the examination will end when destruction begins. On the one hand, the study will end, and on the other hand, destruction will begin. Nevertheless, rehearsals will continue to take place. You are to receive the fruit of this study in the new world. There, souls, bodies, and the kingdom are all new. These are matters of deep dharana. You should never stop studying. The Father sits here and explains these wonderful things. Those who come late also quickly busy themselves in studying knowledge and yoga, and they too can claim a high status. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Number 1. In order to make both you, the soul, and your body pure, forget everything, including that old body. Surrender yourself completely with your body and become a complete philanthropist. Second, follow the Father's Srimad and receive unlimited happiness. Have pure greed and renounce impure greed, so that the whole world can remain happy. Blessing, may you be a special server and become great by knowing the importance of Amrit Vela. A server is one who, as soon as he opens his eyes, he experiences himself to be with the Father, and also the stage of being equal to him. Those who know about the time of special blessings and experience those blessings are special servers. If you don't experience this, then you are an ordinary server, not a special one. Those who give importance to Amrit Vela and to their thoughts, time, and service, those who know about the importance of everything become great, and they also make others great by telling them about the importance of everything. Slogan: the greatness of life is the power of truth, to which all souls bow down. Slogan: the greatness of life is the power of truth, to which all souls bow down. Om Shanti.